What's up, friendly neighborhood nerds? Today, we again have the honor of welcoming the architect of our childhood, the reason why we all wanted to be ninjas at 8, and co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kevin Eastman. Welcome back. How have you been?
I've been great. Thanks for having me back. Nice to see you guys again.
Yeah, awesome.
Nice I need to ask you though, I know it's been like 6 months or something now, but who hurt you? Why do you give me this heartbreak? Why do we have to grieve Donatello? Spoilers.
Oh, it's in the great melting pot of all things turtles and turtles stories and plot lines and things. I think of like how many characters that I've seen over the years sort of leave us and come back and leave us and come back, and all for the sake of a dramatic story. And so, reinvention and reemergence and reconfiguration is the way of our business. And so, yeah, don't grieve long. So,
nicely said.
Yeah, it's funny because it kind of puts the current timeline stories into like a different perspective, right? So when you'll read your issue, especially in the way that Donatello dies, protecting his father, and then the next one, Mono, like there he is alive, and like, oh,
yeah.
Like,
I feel like it's been interesting. I guess when we look at Last Ronin, I feel like there's a lot of people use the buzzword multiverse these days, but I feel like and it's true, and there's a lot of different but it's been something that's been around, I think, in comics for a long time, and certainly for the Turtles. When you think back to the earliest days when we had the original black and white comic books as one Turtle universe, then the Archie sort of animated version of the Turtles, then we had the movie, which was kind of a combination of both the black and white and the animated world, and then so many different versions of the Turtles since then. So even in the Last Ronin series, where we've sort of extended completed the arc that we started back in the Mirage universe with Last Ronin, it is another multiverse, kind of like a Dark Knight sort of version of the Turtles multiverse. So, and it's been something we haven't explored before, and it's been quite an adventure and a lot of work. Considering, I guess I was thinking too, every time I say it out loud, it freaks me out, is that Peter and I originally wrote the concept, came up with the basic plot of what would become the Last Ronin back in 1987. So it was about 35 years in the making.
Right. Wow. So, that's pretty awesome.
Crazy. I know, right?
So this story is clearly something special, right? In the middle of something already so iconic. What kind of like hits home for me, that highlights that is there's a lot of months between issues. Like, you really make us wait. And it seems like between 4 and 5, I think, what is there, 6 months, right?
Yes.
But there doesn't seem to be any like emotional fall off. Like, it doesn't seem to be like you pick it up and you're right there back in it and you jump right in. Like, what is the magic? How do you think that, how is that maintained?
Well, it's incredibly frustrating for, I keep thinking, having this fantasy that I create and draw faster than I do. And so I certainly appreciate everybody sort of, waiting for the extended periods that we've had, sort of in not only between issues, but sort of the way that the whole thing rolled out. It wasn't intended to be that way, but it just sort of the way that the story organically grew and came together, and it was really a work in progress as we went there. But I think that the moments that we wanted to hit, I personally look forward to sitting and reading it all the way through in a collected form, just to see, how it all holds together the way we did. But it's continuous, and the work on it has been continuous for over 2 years. So the fact that you think it's held together and it hits you in the emotional level that it has, with those gaps in between, that speaks volumes. And thank you. So
yeah, for sure. Sometimes this happens with other titles, and I have to go back and read the other issues because I kind of fell off. Something about these issues goes into my brain and it just stays there, and it doesn't even feel like 6 months. Like when I was, doing my homework for this episode, I'm like, okay, so this comes out here, and then I'm like, 6 months, but it feels like, just yesterday that I was reading it. So it's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
Well, we're very excited that the final issue will ship next month on time. On time to the adjusted timeline. I think it's been adjusted twice or three
right.
times.
April 6th, something like that.
Yeah, but the work's done, and it's at the printer, and it's off to right where it should be. So we're excited to see what you guys think of the final issue, and if we did our job appropriately.
Well,
so
I have a couple of rapid fire questions around that, if you don't mind. So,
sure.
what can readers expect? Is this really the end for this portion of the timeline, and can we expect any spin-offs from this era, assuming that you haven't killed everyone off by the time we get to that?
Well, it's hard to answer without giving too many spoilers, but it was sort of one of the things that I wanted to accomplish, both Tom and I wanted to accomplish for the sake of what Peter and I intended to say in the original version of the story, May 7, that it would have some finality to it. And that means finality in that a lot of questions are answered, certain things are resolved, and that you sort of end in a space where you can say, okay, I understand here, issue 1 was the beginning, this is an ending, and if it's to go anywhere else, that's to be decided. Certainly Tom and I have loved this universe that we've created, the Last Ronin universe, so we think there's definitely some room to come up with some really exciting stories within that framework. And even a few, when you look at some of the flashbacks that we've had that ran through the Last Ronin series, there's opportunities to go back and hit some of those moments a little bit deeper. One idea we talked about was that 10-year period where Michelangelo left Japan before he came back to the U.S. might be a great plot line to sort of show what he did during that time period, which is exciting to us, as a story concept. But we definitely want to continue playing in that universe. But I'll tell you, we still have so much fun stuff going on in the ongoing Turtle series, what Sophie Campbell's been doing with the series over there. And Tom has just finished drafting what we're calling Armageddon Games, which is a new plot line that'll be intertwined with what's going on in Mutant Town and how that evolves. So the ongoing issue is never, we're doing lots of things the Last Ronin, but the ongoing series is right there neck and neck with us. So we're always having a good time with that. And there's some pretty exciting stuff going on. The whole people over until we figure out what we're doing with that.
Awesome. I'm going to ruin a perfect segue that you gave me right there. Because my next question is about Sophie Campbell's run real quick.
Okay.
But I just need to know first, when we do the collected edition, can you give me any assurances for a hardcover? Please.
For Last Ronin?
Yes.
Yes, no, I believe that I'm 99.9% sure that IDW is planning a hardcover version initially, and then I think, and that's the way they've done a lot of their bigger collections. Certainly with Turtles, they start out with a hardcover, and then later, for more mass market, Barnes and Noble and those kind of things to do a soft cover version. So I'm pretty positive that there's going to be a hardcover version of.
Awesome. That. All right. So big news regarding Sophie Campbell's run of the Turtles. Venus.
Mm-hmm.
Venus is announced coming back. Did you have a hand in that at all? And follow up question to that is why do you think it's taken 23 years to bring her back? And actually a follow-up question, and this is a dare, and I apologize if this is inappropriate, but please tell me she's not going to have mammalian breasts in this.
There's a lot to unravel there. The concept of Venus as we knew it, the way it originally existed, one of the things that's been great about the ongoing storyline, and certainly so many of the things that Tom brought into the original 100 issues that he wrote prior to, that we worked on prior to, when you bring a character from one of the other Turtle universes, whether it be the Archie universe or the original Mirage universe or the Fast Forward or the 2000, we can either adapt it and bring it into the storyline directly, or we can add to it, turn it on the side, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. And so that's been the fun part of it, because we've got this new platform in the ongoing series where you can bring things in a way and then reintroduce them and then change them up a bit without affecting and, not taking away from what was originally done. So with Venus, the approach was we wanted a character named Venus. Tom and I wanted a female turtle, and we got that with Jenica as the series built out. So the way Venus is going to be brought in was Sophie's idea, and it's absolutely brilliant. And you're going to love how it comes in and how it evolves. I'm not going to spoil it. But probably one of my favorite things recently is I got to do a cover with Sophie. Sophie inked it and I colored it recently, which will be on issue 127. It'll come out. But you're going to really like what's happening with Venus in that storyline. I'm going to have to leave it at that because otherwise I talk too much and I'll end up giving away too many things and people will be angry with me.
All right, last question. Seth Rogen's TMNT animated movie, I am so excited for it. How much do you involve yourself in the various mediums we see the turtles in? Can you give us any insight on what to expect from this movie? I'm assuming because it's Seth Rogen and Nickelodeon, it's going to be gritty, noir, gore.
Bloody,
right?
yeah.
Well, I did everything on it, and I'm just using his name to promote it. That's it. So he doesn't really. No, it's funny. I was talking about this, just thinking about it the other day. And one of the cool things, when we worked, say, with Ciro Neely, when Ciro Neely took over the Turtles in the 2012 series, that was sort of his baby. He was taking what Peter and I created and interpreting it in his own way, in his own style, and doing what he wanted to do with it. And it was brilliant. The same with Kevin Monroe with the 2007 movie. Each time you have an individual creator come in and take over a franchise, whether it be Batman or Superman or Turtles, they're going to take what they loved about them originally and adapt it into what vision they want to tell with their genius and their creativity. And that's what Seth is doing. I've seen nothing. I know nothing of what he's doing. I'm excited to see what he's doing. If I don't see anything beforehand, I'll be one of the people in the theaters watching it when everybody else does. But I wish him luck, and I hope he has fun, as much fun as certainly as I have with the Turtles every day. So
Awesome.
I was drawing this morning before I came over here, but no, looking forward to seeing what he does with it, and that'd be great. Excited.
Awesome. Just so you know, the clip I'm going to use as a promo for this video is of you saying I did everything and he hasn't done anything, and that'll be the end. You should watch the video. That's it. Now.
That'll get his attention. My phone will start. He'll start a Twitter war with me, I think. But I do everything. I'm still on MySpace, so we'll have to come over and see me over there.
Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, that is our show. Kevin Eastman, co-creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Don't forget to check out The Last Ronin, dropping April 6th. Thank you, sir, for joining us and giving us your time. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, folks. Have a great day. Thank you, and nice talking to you.
Take it easy.
If you want to hear interviews from industry pros, get first looks, and have access to endless comic content, wake up. Please wake up. You're in a coma. Your mother misses you.